Switch Station 32 back for another video. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, if you leave a like and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Now in today's video we're going to do a special one. Since it's Zelda's 35th anniversary this year, I thought we'd do a collection video. I'd show you my Zelda collection, stuff I've got over the years, and really big Zelda fan. Zelda, Final Fantasy are my two favorite series. I'm trying to get all the Zelda games. I'd love to get all the Zelda games in my collection. I'm missing the two NES games, but I had them when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I sold my collection when I was a teenager, and I regretted it ever since. But I have them digital, I have ways to play them, but the reason I don't have them in a collection is because I'm trying to find them boxed and I haven't found a good price for them. You can find these at a half decent price, these two games. They're not super crazy expensive. So I will add them to the collection eventually, but that's why I don't have them right now, because I don't just want the cartridge, I want them two games boxed. So that's why they're not in the collection. But we'll start right off with a game I just picked up recently. Now I had this game in my collection, but I just had the cartridge. Now I traded the cartridge to Buddy and a couple other games, and I got this game boxed, and this is in mint condition, and I love having this in my collection. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Now this game right here is friggin' amazing. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This game holds nostalgia. This game right here is too, if you go back and play this, you'll still have fun. This game still holds up today. The graphics, everything about the 16-bit era, when you go back and play them games, they hold up, and this game is one of them. I pretty much got this game for free because I had a few doubles of games that I got over the summer, and Buddy put this up on a Facebook buy and sell. I told him I had a few games, a few doubles, I asked him if he'd trade, and he traded. So now I got this game boxed, and I'm really happy. And this is a mint condition box too. There's the back. Anybody that hasn't played Link to the Past, go back and play it. You can play it on the Switch if you have the online. I don't have all my games boxed, but Final Fantasy and Zelda, I'm trying to get them in boxed. The rest of them, if I just have the cartridge, I'm happy. That cartridge is mint too, just like it was when it first came out of the shop. Still got the glare. Nothing wrong with this card at all. Guidebook. And these instruction manuals, like, look at the detail in them. This is why everybody loved having instruction manuals when they came with games like this back in the day. Like, these games actually came with something. The artwork of Legend of Zelda is amazing too. I'm still holding off faith that we're going to get that Nintendo Direct, at Zelda 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct, and get all this stuff that we're hoping for. This is another big reason why I wanted this specific copy. It came with a map and everything. Being 20 plus years old, this is a really good condition map. This is my only box game that has the map with it too. It even came with Zelda Top Secrets. The Nintendo Power had to sign up for Nintendo Power. And the second game we'll talk about, Nintendo 64 is like, I love Super Nintendo, but Nintendo 64 is like, that's probably my most played console when I was a kid, was Nintendo 64. When this game here came out, I was so friggin' pumped. I loved this game. Another one of my buddies had this, and we played it all the time. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Now, this game's amazing. I'm glad to have this boxed. It's not the best condition box in the world, but I'm still happy to have this in box. I do have the manual for it. Anybody that hasn't played Ocarina of Time, you got to go back and play this game. This game is where 3D Zelda really started taking off. This is the game right here that really opened up the world of what 3D video games could be. This one game, and I love it. It's so friggin' good. Little bit of the instruction guide, the cartridge. Anybody that's looking to collect Zelda, these two games are must-have for your collection. The cartridges, if you just buy the cartridges and not box, they're not that expensive. You can get them 30, 40 bucks. But they're must-have for a Zelda collection. Must-have. This game right here really solidified me, like, falling in love with games too when I was a teenager. I must have put 200 plus hours in this game. The follow-up game, Majora's Mask. This does have the 3D sticker on it. But this is a follow-up to Ocarina of Time. And this game's really good. It's a lot more twisted and dark than the other, than Ocarina of Time. And a lot of people think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be like these two games. I hope so. And I can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. But Majora's Mask is a must-have in your collection too. Anybody that hasn't played Majora's Mask, I recommend picking it up. It's so good. And it's a must-have for a Zelda collection. Them 3 games, you got to try all 3 of them. And I don't have a lot of handheld games. I do need to get my Zelda collection, my Zelda handheld collection to get built up a little bit better. Minish Cap is like a game that I'm really looking for. The Majora's Mask box. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. This is another really good game on the Game Boy Advance. I recommend anybody picking this game up. I've definitely got to improve my handheld collection. Now this game's a really good game for the 3DS. Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds. Anybody that hasn't played this on 3DS and you're a 3DS fan, I definitely recommend picking this up. This is a really good game. There's the back. Another good game that everybody was hoping for, that this was going to get an HD remaster too, and I'm really hoping that it still does. Twilight Princess on the GameCube. All these games are really good. If you haven't played this, I definitely recommend picking it up. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. It is complete. I do have the Wolf Amiibo too. I'm going to get into the Amiibos too. I'm going to show you my Amiibo collection, my Zelda Amiibo collection too. And then this one I was really happy with. This one came when I bought that GameCube up there in the corner. This one came with that, and I was really happy to add this to the collection too. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask with the Master Quest. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. And it is complete. There's the back. And this one just got announced, the remake, and a lot of people are disappointed. A lot of people are excited. It's kind of iffy. I'm kind of excited because I don't like motion control, so I'm excited to play it with just the controls. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Ocarina of Time was probably my favorite game, my favorite Zelda of all time. Maybe my favorite game besides Final Fantasy III of all time. When this game came out, this game became my favorite game of all time. I love this game so much. Anybody that hasn't played it, I recommend you getting it for sure. This is a great game. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game right here, me and my girlfriend put almost 400 hours into this. I was going to complete it. I love it so much. I can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. It's going to be amazing when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. It's going to be so freaking good. I'm really excited for it. And my kids both play this and they both love it. I'm really happy to start new Zelda fans and the family, and that really excites me too. And then the latest Zelda game in my collection, and I'm really happy to add this, and I really love this game. I was so happy with this remake. This is probably one of my favorite Switch games. Top 2 or 3 anyway, top 5 for sure. There's no doubt about it, it's top 5, and I really love this game. I went out and got the collector's edition for it because I had to. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And I got a review of this on the channel and go over the book and everything. If you guys are interested in going back and then watching any of my past videos. This is the book it came with. Really nice art book. I love having this in the collection. This is usually on the stand. You can't see it because it's right behind my shoulder. I'll show you a little bit of art from it. Now, the collector's edition they got in Europe was way nicer than ours. They got the nicest steel book I ever seen. It was a Game Boy steel book with the original game on the screen. I love the steel book. Man, there it is. In the back of this, you can tell because there's no advertisements. It's the back of this game, if you buy it separately, doesn't look like this. Only this game looks like this because this is the advertisements on the box. Comes with the Hyrule map on the back. Anybody that hasn't tried Link's Awakening yet, highly recommend you picking it up and giving it a go. It's so friggin' good. My Legend of Zelda Strategy Guide collection. I picked this up. I already have an Ocarina of Time strategy guide. I have a couple of them, but I got this just because I love the cover of it. And I usually keep this displayed on my gaming shelf right behind me too, just because I love the cover. This is by Brady Games. This strategy guide is really in-depth too. If you guys can find this and you can't find a different one, I definitely recommend picking this up. If there's any of these guides that you guys want me to do a full review on, let me know, comment in the channel, and I'll definitely make a full review of them. Ocarina of Time, the official perfect review. And another one I just picked up because I love the art style. Look at the back of that. That looks so good. I love the art style of Zelda, and especially the 90s. Like, look at that art in the book. And this book's really good too. I definitely recommend it too if you guys, if this is the only one you guys can find. Pick it up for sure. For Majora's Mask. Now this one's a really nice one too. I definitely recommend you guys picking this up if you can get it. And, any of the Prima guides I recommend highly. It even has the EB sticker on it. This is a beautiful strategy guide. I had this. I picked it up at a yard sale one time for $2, but it was ripped down the spine. I found this one and I picked it up again just so I could have like a good copy of it. There's some art in it. And this is the one that was ripped in half, but it's a different cover. As you can see at the bottom, it says Toys R Us. It actually says Toys R Us on the bottom. This one right here says the official EB cover. Same guide, two different covers. Different back on the Toys R Us one. I like the back on the Toys R Us one a lot better. But there's the cover on the other one. This is a Nintendo Power one for Phantom Hourglass. Link on the cover. But back before YouTube, this is how we got our information. We bought Nintendo Power, and that's how we got pumped for games when we were kids before YouTube. And then my favorite Nintendo Power I have, for sure, and I have some of the older ones. I just love this one just because it's one of my favorite games. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time official Nintendo Power Guide. I love this. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. This is the one that got me collecting Nintendo Powers. Now, I had them as a kid, but I wasn't collecting them as an adult. But when I got that, I got the itch and I started collecting Nintendo Powers again. My biggest strategy guide I got for the Legend of Zelda collection. The complete official guide, the expanded edition. Now, this comes with the DLC and everything. And I did make a video of this on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go back and watch my older videos. I was still learning how to edit and stuff back then, but it's still good to go back and watch them if you guys can support it. It still helps the channel. But I love this book. Look at the artwork. Like, that's beautiful. Comes with the map. Goes over everything. But like I said, I have this on the channel if anybody's interested in going back and watching it. And I really, really love having this in my collection. I really like this. And my last book that I got in my collection, my girlfriend got me this for Christmas, and I'm really happy to get it into the Zelda collection. Another one I have a video on it, my previous videos, if, like I said, if you guys want to go back and watch them. The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. Anybody that's interested in the 35th anniversary of Zelda and want to relive all this stuff, get this book. This is an amazing book. I can't recommend it enough. It goes over everything. Hyrule. The Encyclopedia. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the Zelda and the history of Zelda. This is a really, really good one. And my Nintendo game packs. I never opened these, and I don't want to. I just like having them for the art. But I only got 2 of them with Link on them. And I'm really happy to have these in the collection too. I really love these. These are right on the shelf behind me with my Zelda collection all the time. I really enjoy having these. And these have been sealed since 1989. They have the date on the back. Little things, but I like having them in my collection. I'll start off with Breath of the Wild because I have the whole set for Breath of the Wild. So we'll go into that. I'll start off with the champions. There's our first champion. Much detail in these two. They look so good on the shelf behind me. There's our second champion. These are really expensive too. You go buy the 4-pack of champions on Amazon, they're $150 now. This one's probably one of the most expensive amiibos I got. This one was really expensive. This is worth about $90 now. I really like this. This is a hard one to hunt down. We just so happened been on vacation in Halifax, Nova Scotia one year, and EB Games, we went in there just to walk around, and they just put that on the shelf when we walked in, and I picked it up, and it was the last one I needed for the set, and I'm really happy to pick it up. Goblin, Zelda, and then Link. This is one of my favorite ones too. Now when Breath of the Wild Part 2 comes out, I'm going to have to get try to get all them amiibos just so I can have the complete set, and that's going to be hard to do, I think. And this is my favorite one of the Link. This is a beautiful amiibo. My other amiibos that are not part of the Breath of the Wild set, Ganondorf, I'm really happy to have this. I tried to hunt him down for a while, but he's expensive to find, and I'm not paying $80 for him. But we got this on vacation in PEI off the Facebook buy and sell. We're in PEI on vacation. I checked the buy and sell in PEI, but he just listed this. I went and picked it up. He only wanted $10 for it, so we went right over and picked this up while we were on vacation. I'm really happy to find this. This is one that I really wanted for the collection. And 8-bit Link. This is a really common one, but I really like having this. This one looks good on the shelf too. Now, if you can find Wolf Link, this one's worth a little bit of money too. This one's up around $60, $70 too here in Canada. I had to work the day this came out too, so shout out to my buddy for picking this up for me, because this would have been sold out for sure if I didn't. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Link's Awakening. My favorite amiibo just because I love Ocarina of Time so much. Ocarina of Time amiibo. Love it. Well, that's my Zelda collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I was going to make this a while ago, but I thought I'd wait till the 35th anniversary of Zelda and put it all together as a collection. I didn't know how I was going to do it, make it an amiibo collection, or make like 3 separate videos, the games, the amiibos, the Nintendo powers, but since it's the 35th anniversary, we'll put it together in one collection, one video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys love Legend of Zelda, and you tell me your guys' experience when you were a kid, or anything at all in the comments. I love reading your guys' comments and interacting with you guys. So that'll be Switch Station 32, back for another video. If you leave a like and a subscribe, it really helps the channel grow.